Tesla may no longer be just an EV company. If you look carefully at what happened this week, it actually hints at something much bigger, a future where Tesla sits at the center of mobility, AI, and energy infrastructure. And if you're a Tesla investor or a Tesla owner, the signals from this week are extremely important. Good morning, everyone. This is Ken. Since it's Sunday, I want to do something I really enjoy doing on this channel. Let's step back and look at the most important Tesla developments from the past week. Instead of covering every headline, I want to focus on 5 key signals that Tesla owners and long-term TSLA investors should understand. Because when you connect these dots, the bigger strategy behind Tesla starts to become clearer. Let's start with the stock. Tesla stock is currently sitting at a very interesting level, right around the $400 line. Last week, the stock started around $405, then briefly dropped below $400, and recently moved into the high 300s. Now, at first glance, this might look like just another normal fluctuation in the market, but in reality, the $400 level is more than just a number. Technically, it's a major support level. Psychologically, it's also a price that many investors pay attention to. When a stock approaches a level like this, it often becomes a battleground between different types of market participants. Long-term investors see opportunity, short-term traders see risk, and what we are seeing right now in Tesla stock is exactly that kind of tension. If we simplify the current chart structure, it looks something like this. In the long term, the uptrend is still intact. In the medium term, Tesla is going through a correction phase, and in the short term, selling pressure has been increasing slightly. In other words, the market is currently trying to decide something. Is Tesla ready for the next upward move, or does it need more time to consolidate? Moments like this often become turning points in the market, and that's why this level is so important. Now, let's shift to something that may actually matter far more for Tesla's future than short-term stock movements: Robotaxi. This week, we saw a change in the pricing structure of Tesla's Robotaxi service. The price per mile increased by roughly 40%. Now, at first, that might sound like negative news. Higher prices can sometimes suggest problems, but in business, price increases can also signal something very different: demand. When demand is weak, prices usually fall. When demand is strong, prices can rise. So one possible interpretation of this change is that Robotaxi usage may actually be stronger than expected. And if that turns out to be the case, it has major implications for Tesla's business model, because historically, Tesla has made money by selling cars. But the Robotaxi model is fundamentally different. Instead of selling a vehicle once, Tesla could generate transportation revenue over and over again from the same vehicle. That turns Tesla from an automotive manufacturer into something closer to a transportation platform. And that is a very different kind of business. This leads directly to another development that could be extremely important: Cybercab. Cybercab is Tesla's upcoming vehicle designed specifically for autonomous ride-hailing. And what makes this car different is that it isn't built for human drivers. There's no steering wheel, no pedals, and only 2 seats. This vehicle is designed from the ground up for full autonomy. Now, according to several reports, Tesla is already preparing production lines that could eventually manufacture hundreds of these vehicles per week. And this is where things become interesting. Robotaxi is often discussed as a software problem, but in reality, it's also a hardware problem. Even if you have the best self-driving software in the world, you still need vehicles on the road to build a network. Without vehicles, there is no transportation network, which means Cybercab production could represent something very significant. Tesla may be moving from robotaxi experimentation to robotaxi infrastructure, Now, let's move into something that I personally find fascinating: artificial intelligence. Recently, Elon Musk made a comment that caught my attention. He suggested that Tesla vehicles could eventually function as AI computers. That sounds strange at first, but when you think about it, it actually makes a lot of sense. Most cars spend the majority of their time doing nothing. They are parked, sitting in a garage, charging overnight. What if those idle hours could be used for something else? What if Tesla vehicles could perform AI computing tasks while they are parked? That idea starts to become even more interesting when you consider Tesla's broader AI ecosystem. There is Grok, which focuses on understanding information and reasoning, and there is something referred to as digital Optimus. Think of this as a system that can actually perform tasks using computers. In a simple way, you could describe the system like this: Grok thinks, digital Optimus acts. Now imagine if Tesla vehicles could eventually participate in this ecosystem. Instead of being just transportation devices, they could become distributed computing nodes, part of a global AI network that would transform the role of a car entirely. Finally, let's talk about something that often receives less attention but could be equally transformative: energy. Tesla recently obtained an electricity supply license in the United Kingdom. This means Tesla can now sell electricity directly to households and businesses. And this move is important because Tesla's energy products are not designed to operate independently. They are designed as a system. Tesla has solar generation. Tesla has Powerwall battery storage. Tesla has electric vehicles. When you combine these components, something interesting happens. A household can generate electricity with solar during the day, store that energy in a Powerwall, charge an EV at night, and potentially sell electricity back to the grid during peak demand periods. This concept is often referred to as a virtual power plant. Instead of one large power station, you have thousands of small energy nodes working together. Tesla has already started experimenting with this model in several regions, and if this system scales globally, Tesla could evolve into something far beyond an EV manufacturer. It could become an energy infrastructure company. So if we step back and look at everything that happened this week, a larger picture starts to emerge. Tesla appears to be positioning itself across four massive industries at the same time: electric vehicles, autonomous transportation, artificial intelligence, and energy infrastructure. At first glance, these may seem like separate businesses, but in reality, they are slowly connecting. Mobility, AI, energy, and eventually robotics. These pieces together form an ecosystem. And if Tesla succeeds in connecting all of them, the company could evolve into a completely new type of technology platform. Of course, none of this will happen overnight. Tesla's journey has always been long-term. But one thing we've learned from watching Elon Musk over the years is that he often talks about the future years before it becomes obvious to everyone else. So the real question may not simply be whether Tesla sells more cars next year. The bigger question is whether Tesla is quietly building the infrastructure for an AI-powered world, and that is something long-term investors should be paying very close attention to. I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Do you see Tesla evolving into an AI and energy infrastructure company? Or do you think the market is still underestimating how big this strategy could become? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoy deep Tesla analysis like this, consider subscribing to the channel. On this channel, we explore the future of Tesla, AI, and the technologies that could shape the world ahead. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Before we wrap up, let me take a moment to introduce myself. I drive a Tesla Model Y, And at home, I've installed a Tesla Powerwall, so I actually charge my car with solar energy. I truly believe Tesla is shaping the future, and that's why I share the latest news and insights here on this channel. I'm from Japan, but I want to connect with Tesla fans all around the world. That's why I also create an English version of my videos. YouTube now lets you switch the audio into your own language, so you can enjoy it in whatever language you prefer. Most of all, I'd love to connect with Tesla fans everywhere so we can support Tesla together. I also share updates on X, so feel free to follow me there and let's connect. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.